on your website for the Flâneuse Project, experimenting. That was very interesting to me. But basically, I'll just read this quickly. The Flâneuse Project is the place where I follow my curiosity, share my writings and questions, curation of visual art, and maps with the places I stumble upon on my walks, and currently working on a digital magazine, a collection of slow interviews, and researching material for my upcoming online and offline exhibition. So maybe just give us a rundown of the Flâneuse Project. Seems very, because the first thing that kind of made me reach out to really get this going was those maps that you had shared of like all the walking that you had done in different places. So maybe just give a top line kind of overview of what the Flâneuse Project is for you.
I think it's a bit of everything, honestly, everything that I love.
Okay.
And I started with this project because I had this gut feeling to enter into a gallery. It was evening, I was in Berlin, and I just wanted to have a spontaneous interview with the gallery owner. I just felt like it, and she accepted. And she was also, well, she is also Romanian, which was a nice coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a nice conversation. And then I started it with realizing the fact that I love collecting interviews with people in writing. So I said, let's just start this blog. And after that, I started experimenting with poetry, with drawings, with different interviews about London, about Paris, with my friends, with writing essays on the Flâneuse. So I think that's why I said experimenting, because, tomorrow I might take it into a whole different direction and just, record voice messages, and that's actually my post for the day, or film a short video. I think the main idea is to just go with my gut feeling and to do what feels right in the moment, and then looking back to try to connect whatever I did and, call it a project.
Love it. So it's yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we started with Eclectic Spacewalk was, not just essays, but then we wanted to talk to people, but then it's gotten into like short films, but then now we're also looking at other, experimental things, because then the video, it turned into, well, we could do 360 video and some drones, and so I do like that it's kind of an intellectual project for you that brings in a lot of like curiosity, if you will, and you're allowing that to happen. So what was kind of the main, I guess, driver? You mentioned the interview that kind of came off the cuff, but like when did you kind of know? Was it after your dissertation or when you created your website? When did you know that like this is what you wanted to do?
I think after my first interview, because I realized that I love creating archives online, and I didn't want to have only a collection of essays. I wanted to have a collection of everything, and try to connect the dots after they are made, after they are created, as I said before.
Sure.
I'm fascinated by archives also because of Walter Benjamin, the Archives Project, where he experimented with different ways of collecting thoughts from writers, from philosophers, from scientists, and put them all in a book, and then making notes on them. So I always had a fascination for archives, and I treat this website as an online archive of my own. Sometimes I'm just uploading some kind of old essays I wrote in a PDF format. I think I'm just playing around, honestly, with this, and I'm having fun. So.
Well, then that's the best thing and that's I guess the driving factor is that if you're having fun, then keep going.